until you get your next gig. And that's a great strategy. Maybe not so much when you have 4 kids. So having his children be in the entertainment industry made sense. He's actually the first generation born, in this country. And the old world way was everybody in the family, worked to keep the family afloat. And so that logic, was sort of in his DNA. We all got agents when we turned 8. And we're, on interviews. I just happened to start working. My brother, who was a year and a half older, never did. And was freed from the afternoon of coming home and seeing Mom dressed up, knowing that whatever plans you had made that afternoon with your friends were destroyed. You were going to drive in the car into town. This whole career thing was a way to put money away for secondary education. Both my parents were college graduates, and it was the expectation is that we would all follow suit. But there was clearly no real plan to make that happen, money-wise, to make that happen. So you put the money away for yourself, and you can get a college education. So that's the arc I was on, not to be an actor, but to ride this thing as long as I could, and then go to college. The Brady Bunch, luckily for me, went off when I was in 11th grade, and I got a full senior year finally at my regular high school. Because every other year we would be in school for only the second half.
And where was that?
And I wanted to be in sciences, and when I'm down in Southern California in the LA City school system, wanting sciences, but that meant labs, and you can't have labs in a studio class, right? It's all book learning. But the show got canceled conveniently enough, just in time for me to get all my labs in my senior year of the courses that I wasn't able to take in studio school, like chemistry and biology, and if I had more years I would have done physics as well, because that's the arc I wanted to be on. I saw myself in a lab coat in a lab somewhere, inventing something, building something. Though I really liked my experience being in front of the camera. I was a really introverted child, and it wasn't easy for me to accept, stuff, but it felt good to feel like you were validated by the work you were doing.
Right.
So I had a lot of cross currents going on, and now in this, I'm 19. I'm a young adult. I had gone to UCLA to experience. And I was a smart kid, but I had some issues, and I didn't know what they were. I wouldn't learn for a number of years that it was ADD. But I experienced while going to school how much of the friends that I made at school in UCLA is divided: North Campus, South Campus. Arts are North, sciences are South, and I was all South Campus. Eventually, I was going to have to take courses on the North Campus, which I was no good at. I had no focus or concentration on reading literature. Though I enjoyed it. I didn't know why. But sciences, I got absorbed. It just were very easy for me. So I was realizing that eventually I'm going to be exposed to the North Campus. I don't know if I can cut it. At the same time, I'm meeting these friends, making friends in school who were part of the theater arts department at UCLA, the cinema department, and they were all killing themselves for a career in show business that I recognized I was sort of hightailing it from. I'm thinking, why am I? Maybe I have an advantage over there, and I should take advantage of it, because maybe this idea of being a scientist isn't something I'm really meant for. Maybe I was given a special start in something that I shouldn't disregard. It was, in other words, the privilege I was provided and the head start that I was given should be something I should regard more concretely. Right around this time, I get the call. Now, do I remember the call? Did I get the call? No, my agent got the call. And I had thought I was not leaving the industry, but I was going to school and beginning my march away from show business. Right. But these other thoughts were in the back of my mind, and then I get this call for the show, which was, well, you can gear it back up, but it comes at a cost. And if anybody out there knows anything about me, it's this relationship that I have and had up until this point with music, which was a black scar, because I had no talent in it. And as a result, it's like, I can hardly sing Happy Birthday. And I know it, I'm fine with that. But we did this little thing called the Brady Kids for a couple of years, recorded all these albums, and there wasn't enough that, we recorded the albums. I was kind of popular and they wanted me to sing an album. It's like, yeah, well, there's a problem with that. I can't sing. I mean, like, at all. I don't know what it is, but then I developed really a phobia of music. Literally, I had to sing in a microphone. Somebody had to sing in my ear. It's like singing to the album. I could accomplish that. So I was very weak in this regard. But I loved, like, comedy, sketch comedy, or any kind of comedy was something I really enjoyed. And acting was something that my dad was an actor. I mean, it wasn't foreign, and it turned out that I was rather comfortable with it. So when this thing came up, the thing was, okay, so this starts the career back in the, that I've kind of held in the back of my mind. But it comes with this music. Can we not do music? I mean, if we don't do music, I'm all in. So it was a real struggle.
What about the dancing?
That's just as bad as the singing. Can I say I was also arrhythmic, a little stiff. But, so I was told that all I'd have to do was the opening number and the closing number, and they would give a lot of the sketch comedy to me. I'd jump in the pool. I'll do all of that. Do I have to sing and dance? Basically, they said, no, you don't, just the opening and the closing. And I said, yes. Damn you, Marty. You made me sing and dance more than I wanted to.